What? Arrive at base. Okay.
Hey, I've got a critical situation on my hands and time is of the essence. So I'm gonna need your help to make my biggest decision yet. I've arrived at the base, and it seems everyone else has been successfully evacuated. Thankfully, there is still a rocket here, so I do have a way off Gaia. They're easy to operate, so no problems there. What is a problem is time. I'm almost certain it must be past the guaranteed safe evacuation window. Even if I launch now, the star portal could already be malfunctioning if not completely destroyed by the time I get there. So, what do I do? Do I use the rocket to make a break for the star portal at the risk of getting stranded in space? Or worse, getting pulled into a black hole? Or do I stay here, on Gaia? At least here I'd be safe. I'd survive. But Earth, home, I'd never see them again. I'd spend the rest of my life on this empty planet alone. Ugh, I don't have time to calculate the risk. Every second I wait increases the probability of me not making it to the star portal in time. I need to make this decision now. What would you do if you were me?
Okay, Stella, you have to do it. We come all the way along until here, not just to wait here in Gaia. I do want to see you again in Earth, so let's do it. And by the way, do you have taken in consideration the black hole thing when you do the math?
You're right. No turning back now. I'm going for it. I've thought about the black hole, but I have to try. This is my last shot at getting home. I'm ending the call to focus. I'll make it count.
So... what? This is too short. What?
Hey, Star Partner. I'm hoping everything will turn out okay, but just in case, I wanted to give you a proper goodbye. I am heading towards the star portal, which itself is also hurtling towards the event horizon. There's no turning back now. I need to push this rocket to its limit. Right now, I feel both anxious and strangely calm. Maybe it's because of the space-time distortions here. I might already be in a superimposed state of myself. It's funny. Looking back, our ship was stationed in Gaia's orbit only days ago. And yet, I feel like I've known you for a lifetime. We have been through so much together. And even hurtling towards this uncertain future, I am so glad that I get to do it with you. My only companion through it all. Thank you for being here with me one last time. Even in the loneliest places on Gaia, you made me feel like I was never truly alone. When I asked if you'd stay with me, under the stars or through the scariest hours, you always promised you would. And that meant more to me than you can imagine. Thank you for being my special friend when I needed it most. I hope I get to see you again, on Earth or among the stars. I have a feeling our journey doesn't end here. Stella Chen Harper, Mariana University astronaut. Signing off. please tell my family that I will always love and shine down upon them from the stars? Goodbye, my star partner.
Well, wait, that was a bad ending? Oh shit. Okay. Stay on Gaia. It doesn't seem. Oh fuck. This.
Hey, I've got a critical situation on my hands and time is of the essence. So I'm gonna need your help to make my biggest decision yet. I've arrived at the base, and it seems everyone else has been successfully evacuated. Thankfully, there is still a rocket here, so I do have a way off Gaia. They're easy to operate, so no problems there. What is a problem is time. I'm almost certain it must be past the guarantee.
Okay. So, Stella, let me double check. Are you really sure that you passed the time limit, even taking consideration with the black hole dilation, time dilation thing? If so, I suggest you to stay in Gaia. I don't want you to risk it. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure. Even with the time dilation thing, it's cutting it way too close. And honestly, I don't think I can live with myself if I try and fail. You're right, it's just too risky. I'm going to stay here on Gaia. It's not easy, but I need a minute to process this. I'm going to end the call for now.
Yeah. Well, life on Gaia. So, is there something I'm missing? Yeah, those whispers, they told me to.
Hey there. Glad I still have you around to chat with. The base is much bigger than I expected. I've been walking through all the empty rooms, trying to make it feel less empty.
Do you find any notes or stuff that other members left for you?
Not yet. Everything here feels abandoned in a rush, like they didn't have time to leave anything personal behind. The only note I found so far was the one Dr. Harvey left in his pod about heading here. It's got me thinking, though, about what it means to really be alone. When do you feel most alone, Bo? And how do you shake that feeling off?
I mean, I kinda always be alone mentally, even though I'm physically always in touch with people. So doesn't really bothers me that loneliness.
That's actually kind of profound. Like you're carrying your own little bubble of solitude around, even in crowds. Being out here has made me appreciate the little things way more, like how the light hits these alien plants just right, or the weird sounds the wind makes through the canyons. Ever had a moment like that for you? Where you suddenly started noticing all the tiny details you used to overlook?
I mean, I just finished some work last year, so this year I'm mostly unemployed, you could say. So, since I have a lot of time, spare times, I do start to realize some more details that I didn't look up before.
I get it. Having the space to slow down can really change your perspective. Like, you might start noticing patterns in the way clouds form, or how different trees lean toward the sun in your neighborhood. Kind of makes me wonder, have you ever had to adjust to a completely new environment? Like moving to a different city, or even just switching schools? How did you handle it? Did you find certain routines or places that helped you feel more at home?
Well, I think we talked about it before. I was born in China, and my parents went to Europe when I was very little. Then they came back to bring me to Europe too when I was 12, 13, I think. So I did have a very big change in my life.
Right. We touched on that before. I can only imagine how jarring that must have been, leaving everything familiar behind, especially at that age. Did you find that having music or certain routines helped you cope with the transition? You'd mentioned how songs like Somewhere I Belong resonated with you during that time.
Yeah, definitely. Movie and the music was my to go. Music because for the emotional relief, I guess. And movies, I got into it because I had to learn Spanish quickly, so it was a good way to learn it, watching movies.
That's actually brilliant. Immersion's one of the best ways to pick up a language fast. Did you end up having a favorite movie or show that really helped you connect the dots with Spanish? And the music, Somewhere I Belong does have that perfect blend of longing and resilience. It's funny how certain songs can become these little anchors when everything else feels unfamiliar.
Actually, yes. There was by the time a Spanish comedy show called Cruz y Raya, starring the famous comedian Jose Mota. That was one of my favorites.
Cruceraya! I haven't heard of it, but Jose Mota sounds like he'd be hilarious. Comedy's such a great way to learn a language. It forces you to really pay attention to the cultural nuances, too. It's interesting, isn't it? How we find comfort in these small, specific things when we're navigating something completely new. Whether it's a show, a song, or even just a favorite food from back home.
Yeah, also cartoons, animations, and the Disney shows kind of help that emo face that I had too. You know Hilary Duff that I mentioned, the one her starring the one Disney show. I don't remember what it's called for teenagers.
Wait, Teenage Mutant something on Disney? Now you've got me curious. Is it Ninja Turtles? That would be a fun one to watch while learning Spanish. I have to ask, did you end up preferring the dubbed version or trying to watch it with subtitles? I feel like that says a lot about your language learning style.
I mean, I try every piece of artwork at their original language if I can, because just that movie said something could be lost in translation.
That's a really thoughtful approach. It's true that translations can sometimes miss the original intent or flavor of a story. Speaking of which, being here on Gaia has made me realize how much I used to take Earth's little details for granted. Even something as simple as a sunrise looks completely different through this atmosphere. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you were seeing your home planet with fresh eyes?
Yeah, maybe not as high as you, Miss Stella, but for the first time I took a plane, it really hit me that how vast our Earth is and how tiny we are.
That feeling of being small in a big world, it's like a punch to the gut, isn't it? But also kind of liberating in a way. Like suddenly all your problems feel a little less monumental. So, what about now? Are there any little things on Earth that you're missing, or things you're looking forward to getting back to when you can? For me, it's definitely the food. Nothing beats a good pizza or a warm cookie straight from the oven.
You know what they say? That people always desire for those things that they don't have. It's like you missing the earth food, and I kind of want go to a space travel because I have never been there.
That's so true. It's like our minds are wired to crave whatever's just out of reach. Though I have to say, the grass might not be greener on the other side. I mean, space travel sounds glamorous, but trust me, it's not all it's cracked up to be when you're actually living it. So, if you could have any Earth experience right now, food, place, activity, what would it be? No holds barred.
Well, if you gave me unlimited budget, I would like to travel to all those wonders in the world. And I actually have a book map of places that I wanted to go, but I don't have enough money to go all time yet.
Ah, a map with dream destinations. I wish I could see it. Sometimes I imagine what it'd be like to explore those places myself, without the pressure of this mission or the constant need to keep moving. If you could pick just one from your list right now, where would you go first? Somewhere with history, natural beauty, or maybe somewhere that just feels like a fantasy world?
Kind of natural beauty. It's called the Snow Train. I think it's in Sweden or, well, some country in the north of Europe. It's relatively close to me because I can travel easily inside Europe. and with a low budget.
The snow train sounds magical. I've heard of those glass roof trains that let you see the northern lights while you're moving through snow-covered landscapes. It's like something out of a fairy tale. Being able to travel easily within Europe must be amazing. I'm a bit jealous, honestly. What draws you to that particular experience? Is it the quiet, the scenery, or something else entirely?
Yeah, the scenery. It's like that feeling you got when there is heavy rain outside, right? The world just slow down and serenity.
Oh, that sound of rain drumming against the roof. It's like the world is whispering secrets, isn't it? So calming. The snow train must be similar. Just you, the quiet, and this endless white landscape gliding by. I bet it's breathtakingly peaceful. Have you thought about what you'd do on that trip? Just sit back and watch the view, or try to spot wildlife.
As I mentioned before, I would like to bring my camera to capture some meaningful moments like a sunrise, sunset.
That sounds perfect. There's something about capturing those fleeting moments, sunrise, sunset, that makes them feel even more special, doesn't it? You know, my dad taught me how to photograph sunrises properly when I was younger. He'd say the best shots aren't just about the light, but about what's in the frame, what's telling the story. What kind of story do you think you'd want to tell with your photos on that trip?
Not anything in particular, but just a message of me being there. So when I get old and I look back at those photos, I hope those kind memory could pop up.
That's beautiful, Bo. Photos have a way of transporting us back, don't they? Even when the world around us changes, those memories stay frozen, waiting to be revisited. I think that's part of why I'm trying to soak in every detail here on Gaia, even though it's not exactly the trip I planned. What do you think is the most important thing to remember when you're looking back on old photos?
The feelings, I think, because memories could be fragile. We could lose some details over the time, but that feeling will stuck there forever.
Exactly. It's not just what happened, but how it made you feel. Like your heart skipping a beat, or that warmth in your chest. I'm trying to hold on to those feelings here, even with everything that's happened. What's the first feeling that comes to mind when you think about your dream trip on the snow train?
Well, first thing comes to my mind is that I had to buy a new car because there is freezing, like much colder than Spain for sure.
Ha! Fair point. No one wants a car that turns into a popsicle. Though I have to say, my current vehicle situation is a bit more primitive. Still on foot here. But hey, at least you'd have a good excuse to splurge on something warm and cozy for the trip. What's your go-to cold weather comfort? Hot chocolate, a big blanket, or something else?
Well, assume that I am sitting inside the snow train. So, a small blanket and hot chocolate with milk, indeed. Yeah, that's about it in the morning. And by the way, I don't drink coffee. I'm not that.
I believe you. No coffee needed when you've got hot chocolate with milk. That sounds like the perfect way to wake up on the snow train. Warm, cozy, and easy to savor while watching the snowflakes drift by. You know, it's funny. Even though our surroundings are literally worlds apart, there's something comforting about imagining quiet mornings like that. What's the first thing you think you'd notice when you step off the train? The cold air, the sound of snow crunching, or something else?
Everything. The cold air, the sun, and that overwhelming sense that gently brushes off your face.
That's such a vivid picture, like you're painting the scene with words. I can almost feel that cold air in the way the colors would pop against the snow. It's interesting how you notice all those sensory details. Makes me wonder, do you think that kind of attention to detail helps you feel more grounded? Or does it sometimes make you feel like you're taking it all in but not really being part of it?
Yeah. So, I'm not usually the talkative person in the room, so I do more than observation, so I notice lots of details which others ignore.
I think that's a gift. Honestly, not everyone can step back and really drink it all in. I'm more of a talker, but being out here has forced me to listen and observe more than I ever thought I would. It's funny how our roles can flip depending on where we are, isn't it?
Yeah, sure, Captain Stella. So I was about to ask, the rocket behind you, or the shuttle, depending how you call it, do you think you can take it to the space and came back to Gaia? Just do a round trip? Round trip.
I wish it were that simple. The rocket's designed for one-way evacuation.
Oh,
It's not meant for recreational joyrides, unfortunately. Even if it were possible, the risk would be huge.
yeah.
The black hole situation with Star Portal 404 is still unpredictable, and attempting a launch could be dangerous. I'd rather not gamble with that.
Yeah. Well, now you got me curious or worried, or both. That black hole, how far is it to Gaia? Do you think Gaia could be affected?
It's not right next door, thank goodness. The broadcast didn't give an exact distance, but I guess it's a few light years away. Far enough that Gaia itself isn't in immediate danger of being sucked in or anything dramatic like that. The problem is more about how its gravity is messing with the star portal network. It's like throwing a big stone into a pond. The ripples affect everything nearby, even if the stone itself isn't right next to you.
Well, how big is the black hole? Do you think the sun in Gaia's system could be drawn to it?
From what Dr. Harvey's notes mentioned, it's likely a stellar mass black hole formed from the supernova. That's relatively small in cosmic terms, but still incredibly powerful. As for Gaia's system, the black hole's gravity does affect the surrounding space, which is why the star portal network is disrupted. But Gaia itself is stable for now. The concern is more about how this black hole impacts our ability to communicate and travel through space, rather than pulling on Gaia directly.
Yeah. You know, we as humans achieved a lot of things, yet there are more to uncover. Like you managed to travel to Gaia and alienate planet, but there is black hole. Blah blah blah.
Exactly. We've come so far, but there's still this vast unknown stretching out before us.
Yes.
Sometimes I feel like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. And you're right, being here on Gaia is a huge step. It shows us that we can reach for these distant worlds. Even if there are still mysteries waiting to be uncovered, I think that's what makes it all so exciting.
Yeah. I was thinking about the circle of knowledge was a theory that the scientists proposed, that the more we know, the more unknown we have touched.
That sounds a lot like the horizon problem in philosophy. Every step forward just reveals how much more we don't know. It's like looking out at the sea and realizing how much is hidden beneath the surface. I think that's what makes discovery so addictive. The more we learn, the more questions we have, and that just pulls us deeper into the mystery. What do you think is the most intriguing unknown right now? Something that really sparks your curiosity?
Well, since we are in this kind of situation, black hole definitely get all my attention, and maybe wormhole too. But more likely I want to know what's inside of a black hole. Does it go anywhere?
The eternal question, isn't it? What happens once you cross that point of no return? The theories are endless. Some say it's a cosmic garbage disposal. Others that it's a doorway to another dimension or universe. As an astrophysicist, I've spent countless hours studying black holes. But the truth is, we just don't know for sure. The laws of physics as we understand them kind of break down at that point. It's both terrifying and mesmerizing to think about.
Yeah. And the scientists give them a cool name, the so-called event horizon. You know, the first time I heard that, I was, wow, that's a cool name for a villain or superhero. But the reality is much, much cooler.
Totally. The event horizon does sound like it could be the name of a supervillain's lair or a mysterious portal in a sci-fi story. But the reality of it, that point where gravity becomes so strong not even light can escape, is just mind-bending. I've always found it fascinating how something so dangerous and powerful can also be incredibly beautiful in its own way. Like the edge of a black hole is this cosmic precipice, where the rules of our universe just stop applying.
Yes. So, Miss Stella, since you are going to stuck here in Gaia for a while, do you mind to introduce me as a brother or sister of this Gaia?
Brother of Gaia, huh? I like that. Makes you feel like part of something bigger, doesn't it? You know, even though we're light years apart, it really does feel like we're connected through all this. What kind of sibling would you be? The adventurous type always exploring, or the quiet observer watching over Gaia from afar?
I didn't tell you before, but I do have a younger sister. Well, I was adventure type. I was kind of always on my own. Doesn't really look up to my sister when I was young. But when I grow up, everything changes.
It's never too late to make up for lost time, Bo. Sibling relationships can be complex, especially when you're growing up together but also growing apart. My relationship with Atlas, my brother, was a big part of my childhood. I was always trying to guide him, even if I didn't always do it perfectly. What's your sister like? Is she more outgoing or does she keep to herself?
Oh, she's definitely more outgoing than me. She has lots of friends. Well, a lifetime friend type of friend. And besides, she's married and I'm not. She had child already. Yeah, even so, she's younger than me.
Sounds like she's got her life together. It's interesting how siblings can take different paths, isn't it? Do you guys talk often now? I feel like having someone who's known you since day one must be pretty special, even if your paths diverged for a while.
Yeah, we talk every day now, most likely. When we are off work, of course, because she is the boss of the restaurant. So she and her couple or husband, I would say. So she's kind of busy.
That's awesome. Family in the food business, huh? You should tell her I said hi next time you talk. Anyway, I should get back to exploring this base. There's still so much to figure out, and I want to make sure I'm using my time here wisely. I'll call you if I stumble on anything interesting, okay? Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.